I came home that night to find my fiancée, Lena, laughing in the kitchen. Her laughter light and unguarded, the kind that used to belong only to me. But now it was directed at him. Eric, her so-called work husband. The man who'd somehow become part of our lives without invitation. Always around, always helping, always too close. He stood behind her, sleeves rolled up, chopping vegetables like he belonged there. The smell of garlic and rosemary filled the room, blending with the faint hum of music from her phone. I froze at the doorway, a bag of groceries still in my hand. For a moment I didn't say anything, I just watched. The way his hand brushed hers when she reached for the cutting board wasn't casual. The way she smiled, soft and unthinking, wasn't professional. When Lena finally saw me, she lit up as though she hadn't just crossed a line I wasn't sure how to define. "Hey, you're home early," she said. "Yeah," I replied, forcing a smile. Didn't realize we had company again. Eric wiped his hands on a towel, unbothered. "Just helping Lena prep dinner," he said with that practiced, easy grin. "You've got a keeper, man. She's incredible." I nodded, setting the bag down on the counter. "Yeah," I said quietly. "I know." Dinner was suffocating. The conversation was cheerful, but it felt rehearsed. Every laugh, every story, every look between them had a rhythm I wasn't part of. They shared inside jokes from the office, little moments I had no context for. When I tried to join in, Lena laughed too loudly, like she was trying to soften the awkwardness, but it only made the gap between us more obvious. After Eric finally left, hugging her goodbye, not even a handshake, I stared at the door for a long time. The silence after he was gone felt heavier than his presence. "He's just a friend," Lena said, reading my thoughts before I spoke. "You don't have to look like that." "Like what?" "Yes. Like you think something's happening. God, you're so insecure sometimes." That word hit me harder than she knew. Insecure. The same word she'd used a month ago when I mentioned how much time she spent texting him after hours. Or when she cancelled a weekend plan because he needed help with a project. I told myself to trust her, to not become the jealous guy she could resent. But the word kept echoing, twisting deeper every time she said it. Still I let it go. I wanted to believe her. Weeks passed, and Eric's visits became routine. Sometimes I'd come home and find him fixing a cabinet or carrying in groceries. He'd greet me like an old friend, but I could feel the quiet competition in his tone. Lena acted like I was imagining it, but I wasn't. The tension in my chest every time I saw them together wasn't paranoia. It was instinct. Then one night, I woke to the sound of muffled laughter. I checked the time. 1:17 a.m. Lena wasn't in bed. I walked out to the living room, heart pounding. The glow from her phone lit her face. She was curled on the couch, whispering into it. "No, stop, you're terrible," she said, giggling under her breath. I didn't move. Just listened. When she noticed me, she jumped like I'd caught her stealing. "Babe, you scared me," she said, forcing a laugh. "Who were you talking to?" "Nobody. Just a friend from work. Couldn't sleep." "Eric." She hesitated. That tiny pause was enough. "You're being ridiculous," she said sharply, putting her phone face down. "Then show me the messages," I said. Her eyes narrowed. "I'm not doing this," she said. "You're smothering me, and it's exhausting." I didn't push further that night. But something broke inside me. The next day, while she was in the shower, I opened her phone. I hated myself for it, but I had to know. The messages were worse than I expected. Not explicitly sexual, but intimate in ways that hurt more. They talked about me like I was an obstacle. She told him she felt seen with him, that I was emotionally flat. He told her she deserved someone awake. Wait. When Lena came out of the bathroom, towel wrapped around her hair, she froze seeing her phone in my hand. For a long time we just looked at each other. No shouting, no theatrics. "I didn't sleep with him," she said finally. Her voice trembled, but her eyes held a strange kind of defiance. "Not yet," I said. Tears welled in her eyes. "You make me feel like I can't breathe. You question everything." Eric just listens. I wanted to yell, to throw something, but all I felt was an unbearable calm. Then maybe you should go breathe with him, I said. She packed a bag that night. I didn't stop her. The silence after the door closed was worse than any argument. Days turned to weeks. I didn't call. I told myself I was done waiting for someone who'd already left emotionally long before she walked out. Then one evening there was a knock at the door. Lena stood there, eyes red, hair messy, like she hadn't slept in days. "He's not who I thought he was," she said, her voice breaking. "I made a mistake. Please. I just want to come home." For a moment, everything inside me wanted to let her in. But then I remembered the messages. The laughter, the lies, the word insecure like a knife twisting again. "Home," I said quietly. "This stopped being your home the moment you made someone else feel like one." Her face crumpled. She reached for my arm, but I stepped back. "Lena, you didn't just hurt me," I said. "You made me question everything I believed about love." She shook her head, sobbing. "I was lost, okay? He made me feel alive. I didn't mean to destroy us." "Maybe you didn't mean to," I said. "But you did." I closed the door gently. Not slammed, just closed, like sealing off a memory. Through the peephole, I watched her stand there for a while, shoulders shaking before walking away. That night, I sat in the dark, the faint scent of her perfume still lingering in the air. I realized betrayal isn't always about sex or lies. It's about attention, about giving the best parts of yourself to someone who hasn't earned them. And maybe that's what hurts the most. Not the loss of love, but the slow, deliberate way someone teaches you to doubt it.